You see those right there? Those are done right. Now I want you guys to come here and take a look. Look at this right here. You know what I mean? It might be a little bit of stuff in here. I'll just take my spatula and whatever I can bring over here, I'll take a spoon just to get the rest of it up. But notice how I drain back, because that's our flavor, folks. We're talking about making a gravy. This is the stuff that makes the gravy great. Not all of that, those packages and all of that kind of stuff. You're gonna notice that I'm only gonna be using salt and pepper and this right here that was left over, and that's gonna give us a great gravy. Okay, you know the fire was off, right? So listen, cast iron gonna hold a little bit of that heat. Now I'm gonna drop my butter in. Believe me, that's gonna start melting, just like you guys see. You might even hear it just a little bit. All right, so now I'll just take this and move this around. I'm not gonna remove no more bits or nothing like that out of here. I think that was enough. All right, so once this melts, I'm gonna turn my fire back on, and then we getting ready to introduce them onions. You know I like to start with those onions, folks. Now I turn my fire, you know what I mean, I'm running like a little medium flame. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce these onions, right? Now I'll leave them long like this. Really, they just were connected. If they break open, that's fine. If they don't, I do ahead and do that anyway. I'll tell you why, because listen, when they hit this hot oil, you know what I mean, and this butter right here, you know what happens to them. They start to shrink. All right, now we get ready to add the mushrooms. Now this part is up to you. You don't have to add mushrooms, but your boy right here, I like them. And because I'm sitting next to somebody right now, you know what I mean, they don't really like mushrooms, so I didn't put as many as I would like to. But I love my gravy to have onions and mushrooms in it. But you guys can see how this is just coming together. Now what we're gonna do is just start to cook this down. I wanna see these mushrooms get nice and soft, you know what I mean? And even when I see them start to shrink, I know they're right. But once I see that color going where they were raw, that means they done picked up this onion, butter, you know what I mean, and that 20% of that beef, you know, that beef juice. Yes, sir. Now, not to pat myself on the back, but if you come in here and look right now, you see it, you know it's right. Come on, talk to me. I ain't gonna take it all the way down. You know what I mean? Yeah, that right there, she right. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add just a little bit of this. Not just a little bit, it's only a couple tablespoons of this all-purpose, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and add it now. I can add all of that in. If it was 1 cup, I like to do it a little bit in increments. Now notice how I do this. I let it all be in here, and what I'm trying to do now is just get it to catch all of the liquid that's inside of here, right? All of the fat, all of the goodness, that's what it's doing. And we cooking out that flour taste, right? That's why you don't put that, you know, your beef broth in right away. But you see that? I'm looking at the way the onions moving around. I know, it ain't fair. You know what I mean, to have to watch something like this, but I promise you, I'm giving you the key so you guys can go out and replicate this and it'll just be nice, right? I don't need all of them other flavors in there because when it's done right, them onions gonna release what it's supposed to, along with, you know, the combination of everything that's inside of this. That's what makes it super fire. And you can taste your gravy. All right, now we come with the beef broth. And I heard what I just said, y'all. I think I said beef broth. I don't know, beef broth. There we go. But look at that, look at the color though, mainly. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Look at that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and raise this fire up just a little bit. We wanna have a medium flame now. You know what I mean? Because we wanna get this up to temp. All right, so you see this right here? We then brought it back up. Now I'm just gonna put in a little bit of this W sauce, about a tablespoonful, you know? That right there, give it that deep, rich, like a smoky, rich type of, you know, not texture, but a taste to it. And then you get that whisk and just move that around just like you see. Next, we're gonna hit it with that salt and pepper. I'm gonna pull out my spoon so that I can taste it, and then we finna cook this down. Now, a telltale sign that you on the right track, that you can look, as I'm whisking this and stirring this around, I can see how it hits the side. I can see it leaves a little coat. You know what I mean? That tells me we're on our way, right? So now we're gonna reintroduce our patties, right?